Hello everyone, welcome back to another Fallout 76 video, and today I'm going over the next features for patch 9 coming out in the upcoming week. I'm so excited about it, I hope you are too, so let's start. As you probably noticed, Bethesda has been releasing a lot of news about upcoming features, which are coming next week, and there will be a lot of new things to explore, and I can't wait until 7th of May comes so I can try all of them. But basically we will have a new faction, the Pioneer Scouts. We'll have a new badge system with a new quest line, probably new dailies and an event as well, at least I read about it, but who knows. There is also the new Player Vending Machine, which will be a complete new system, and as a complete I mean it's finished. There is no, like the legendary one, which they are releasing the machine so we can scrap our legendary items for a new currency, but we don't have access to the new NPC just yet. That will come in a later moment. So we have a lot of new things coming and even more to come in the upcoming weeks, but for now let's check what Bethesda has previewed and presented us. As usual, let's start by point 1. Enjoy. So the players' vending machines are coming with several new features. It's an entire system, as I just mentioned, and basically when you log in you will be able to see other people's camps if they have a vending machine. It will be marked in the map with an icon. It's a new one and it has the player's name, but that's not everything. It will also have the items that the person is selling. I suppose it will be like a list with the items names and the price, maybe some stats. I'm not sure how it will work because then it's too much information to check. Maybe there will be new windows or a new display, a method that they will implement, hopefully. But this is a very functional and convenient method they are choosing, because imagine if there was no preview. You would have to go camp by camp to actually see what people have and if there is anything interesting that you would want to buy, and that's very time consuming, bothersome. It would basically be a hassle in my opinion. So this is a very great way to implement this feature, and I'm glad they choose this path. Hopefully it won't be buggy. It usually is at the start, but let's hope it won't be, because, well, it seems like a very good one to me. Anyway, the other thing I want to tell you is that by marking players' camps in the map, it reveals the camp's location, and that can be easily exploitable by griefers. Hopefully it won't happen as often, but I have also read that Bethesda is thinking about changing the rules in adventure mode for attacking camps. I read it on Reddit actually, but it's not official information, so I don't want to make much about it. I hope it actually happens, because then players can only attack and destroy your camp if you attack back, which means if you are not there, you won't attack them and they won't be able to do anything to your camp. That would be a great change as well in my opinion, but as I said, it's not official. Let's move on to point 2. Now that point was most about how it works for others, but let's check it now. How does the player vending machine works for you? Basically, all you have to do is access or interact with the machine, and then you can add any items you want. You can put them or list them there. It's like an inventory as far as I understood, and then you can put any price that you want to sell it for. Now they didn't specify if there is going to be a cap or a limit. I'm sure there has to be, otherwise it would be way too heavy for the servers to handle. And the funny fact is that for every transaction that you make, you will have a 10% fee. Bethesda has said it's about making the end game economy more balanced, something alike, but I don't know, that doesn't make much sense to me, because there is no you know, like a system behind Fallout 76. There are several factions, but there is not a single, you know, like faction that you have to pay a fee to. So that would make some sense, but in this case, I don't think it makes any sense at all. But if they think it will help the game, let's see how it goes. Anyway, that's pretty much it for this point, so let's jump into the next one. So, the legendary machine is also coming in patch 9, but just a little part. So, they are releasing the machines, and there is also a new currency in game. It's called Scrip, and you can get it by approaching the machine and adding your legendary items that you no longer want or need. Then you can scrap them, and as a reward or exchange, you receive Scrip. Now, the more rare your gear is, aka the stars, for example, a 1 star will give you less Scrip than a 3-star item. That makes quite sense, right? And yeah, that's how it's going to work, and they are releasing it this next week, I mean, because it will give us some time to actually farm and prepare for the release of the NPC Pur. I'm not sure how to say it, sorry. But she will basically offer very rare legendaries in which you can purchase with this new currency called Scrip. I think it's a very good idea, and it gives us time to actually test too, and for them to see if there are any bugs and to fix it in the meanwhile. And yeah, that's how it will work. And I don't think there is a limit. They didn't say anything. So you supposedly can farm as much Scrip as you want or can until, you know, the NPC is actually released. Another big change is with the survival mode. So they are changing the scoreboard rules once again, and this time they're going to implement a new system. Should I call it that? So basically now you have survival points. It's like a new, yeah, as I said, a new system where you can earn points basically by gaining experience in the game. And now to reach the top 3, you need to be, you know, the person with the most experience gain in the server. But there are many rules that I will explain just after this one. But basically, there is no more PvP kills or longest life in here. Is basically the amount of experience you gain by doing any things that will give you survival points, but there are many other things that can give you survival points as well. So it's like a match, you know, like sums up this, and the total points is what matters in the end for the top 3 ranking. So the survival points are very easy to understand. Basically, you earn 1 survival point per 1 experience point gain, and they stack up. I think there is no cap at all. And yeah, when you kill another player, you will get 75% of their total points. It's like you're stealing their points, and it adds up to your final score. Then when you die, of course, you lose every single point. It resets to 0, and that's pretty much how the top 3 score will work. The person with the most survival points will be at the very top and showing in the map, and so on. These rules remain the same. Whoever is top 3 is unveiled in the map with the, you know, the gold, silver, and copper icons in the map, and that's it. So Bethesda has decided that plasma guns are not strong enough, so they are adding a 30% damage increase to the normal plasma guns, and they are increasing from 10 to 30% on the Enclave plasma guns as well. That's a pretty short point, but if you use these type of guns, then you really should know about this. You're going to do more damage soon. There will be some changes in the ammo crafting as well. So Bethesda has changed the flamer fuel, which would give you 5 ammo per craft, and now it will be 20. That's a big change. They will also change the cryo cells crafting part where you will now be able to get 25 per crafting. That's also a big change, and hopefully now you will be able to craft less times to and get more ammo in the meanwhile. So I think that's a great change as well. If you are an explosive shotgun user, then I have bad news for you. So apparently Bethesda said that explosive shotguns had a bug where they were doing 50% more damage instead of 20. I think that comes from the perk. So they are fixing it now with patch 9, and they are also updating the Pip-Boy stats with the explosive damage. The second part, sure, it's a very great thing. The first one I was not aware at all, and I'm a little bit sad that my shotgun is going to do even less damage. I'm not running the perks for it, so it's not, you know, the damage is quite weak already, and I guess it will be even weaker now. Oh well, it is how it is. With the new patch, we are getting a new faction. Finally, they have been announcing it for so long, and the Pioneer Scouts are finally coming into the game with a new quest line called Ever Upwards. Now, we are not sure how long it will be, but Bethesda has suggested that it will be around the sense of community and some core values like kindness. So we need to see what they're going to ask of us, probably to do some chores around in the forest. I don't know exactly what it is going to be, but Bethesda has hinted especially about the badge system, which I will talk in a little bit, but I can only imagine it will be like the real scouts in real life, you know. It will be some sort of activities that make sense to the faction and in the sense of bringing the community together and, you know, having fun and the core values of everything. Anyway, you can start this mission by reading the post at the train stations. It's just like it happened with the previous the brewing system quest line, and then the cheap squatch quest line as well. I think you will be able to get it from the atomic shop too, to put in your camp anywhere, and then you can start the quest line that way. Let's go to the next point. Alright, but the questline is not the only thing that is coming with the Pioneer Scouts. I suspect that there will be daily missions, because Bethesda has suggested that to earn badges you need to prove yourself in certain sections like cooking, athletics, swimming, even archery and more. So I suspect these will be daily missions or maybe events, I don't know, but I think dailies would make more sense. Maybe even something like Camp McClayton, you know, when you had to join in the military and you had to do all these tests. So I think it will be something like, because it does sound like it, and we already have something like in the game, so maybe that's how it will be. And Bethesda has also mentioned something about the terrors in the night, and it's like about storytelling and horrible creatures, so maybe that will be another quest, or maybe that's the event itself. He will see. Apparently there will be this badge system with ranks, and depending on your rank you can get certain rewards. So they are not all the same and they depend on your rank. That's quite interesting, and I'm quite intrigued to know how many ranks they actually have. So I read in Bethesda article there are at least 2 or 3 ranks, and okay, that sounds pretty decent, but they have mentioned that the tougher your rank gets, the more you can get, and eventually you will get the backpack, which is ultimately what everyone wants at this point, because you can get a lot of perks from it, and of course it looks pretty cool and badass, and well, it adds a little touch to the survival mode, which is basically what this game is about in the end. Ultimately, the reward from the Pioneer Scouts is the backpack, and Bethesda said that it will be highly customizable and you can also add mods to it. So besides the carry weight bonus, you can get even other perks from it. Anyway, this backpack can get a lot of different appearances. Bethesda has shared up to 20 different looks, but they said that not all of them have made into the game. So let's see what actual skins are actually going to be in the game, because most of them, to do not say all of them, look pretty cool. So it's a shame that not all of them have made it into the final phase and, well, come with the backpack itself. And it's not only appearance that is very attractive about this new feature with the backpacks, they will also be like a piece of gear. Yes, they're like in your bag and they can provide added defense. So Bethesda said you can craft different modes, and one of them is plated mode, which increases the stats of your defense. That's pretty cool. You can also craft a small refrigerator unit, which will increase the durability of your foods. That's amazing. Why don't we have this in our camps yet? I wonder. Maybe it's a future for the future. And they said that will be many other mods that you can learn, craft, and attach to your backpack. So it won't be just about carry weight after all. There is just one more thing about backpacks that I want to tell you. So even if they are not visible, for example, when you are wearing costumes, the effects will remain. The same happens when you are inside the power armor. So yeah, you can benefit from the backpacks just as any other armor piece. It stacks, you can get all the perks anytime, anywhere, and that's fabulous. What about camp decorations? Well, that's the sad part, and that's why I left it for the last. They are not really releasing it this time with patch 9, but they have mentioned it in one of the news. They said that they are still working on it and thanked us for our patience. And I think it's better that way. It's best if they work and take their time to ensure that the features are released with a minimum insurance that bugs won't be ruining our experience completely. So we will have to wait a little bit more to collect objects from the world to decorate our camps. So that's not going to be for now, but it will be for the very near future. That's pretty much everything I have for you. These are the 15 points that I think are crucial for you to know about the features that are coming next week on May 7th. So I'm excited about almost everything, especially with the player vending machines. I can't wait to see exactly how everything works and how things are going to turn out. You know, things now, you can get things much easier, you know. So I'm very excited to check what other people are going to sell, what can I improve in my own gear and weapons, even weapons that I never had access to. Maybe I will buy some and test them out. I love testing things, so I'm really excited about this feature. But I also want to see the Pioneer Scouts and the quest lines and the patch system. I think all of these features are very important to the game, and maybe many players will return to play this new content that seems to be very exciting. As usual, I am Marta Branco. Thank you so much for watching, and I know this is a long video. Well, sometimes we have to cover things properly, so I hope you don't mind. Anyway, that's going to be everything. If you are new to the channel, then don't forget to subscribe. It will help me a lot since this channel is still growing, and I will see you in the next video. Don't forget to leave a comment. Bye bye!